We're going to create what's called an IAM principal that we'll use to perform administrative tasks on AWS. A principal, also called an identity, is basically just a user. The user that we're going to create will have permissions to create and delete AWS resources, including other IAM principals. An IAM principal or identity does not have any permissions by default. You must grant the user permissions by attaching policies to it. Policies determine what permissions a principal has, that is, what actions it can take on a resource and under what conditions. A policy is essentially an access control list. In this demo, you're going to create an administrator group. AWS has created pre-packaged policies, and one of them is the Administrator Access Managed policy that grants almost full access to your AWS account. We'll attach that policy to the group, then we'll create an IAM user and assign the user to the group. The user will inherit full administrator permissions by virtue of being in the group, effectively making the IAM user an administrative user. We'll then give the user access to sign into the AWS Management Console, and we'll also generate an access key identifier and secret access key so the user can interact with AWS via the AWS command line. All right, let's jump over to the IAM Service Console. In the IAM Service Console, on the navigation menu, click on User Groups. If you've ever dealt with a directory service like Active Directory or LDAP, you're familiar with the concept of what we're going to do. You create a group, give it some permissions, and then place users in that group. The users who are in the group inherit the permissions. It's the same thing here in AWS. Go ahead and click the Create Group button. And we'll name this group AWS-Administrators. Now scroll down to where it says Attach Permissions Policies Optional. Go ahead and click in the search box here and type Administrator Access, all one word, and hit Enter. And then attach the Administrator Access policy by clicking the checkbox next to it. Scroll down a little bit and then click the Create Group button. And there it is. Now on the navigation menu, go ahead and click on Users. You can see here I already have a user named CCAdmin, which I created a while back. If you've never created a user before, you should not see any users here. Now at the top, go ahead and click the Add Users button. And I'm going to create this user for myself, so I will name it Ben. Now under AWS Access Type, we can allow programmatic access via the API, which is generally what you would do for a developer or anyone who needs to act with AWS using command line based tools. We can also allow access to the web-based AWS Management Console, which is what we want to do here. So go ahead and click the checkbox next to password, AWS Management Console Access. Scroll down a little bit, and we can have AWS generate a password for us, or we can specify a custom password. I'm going to go ahead and specify a custom password here. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and I am not going to require the user to change the password upon login, so I'm going to uncheck the box next to require password reset. All right, this all looks good. Go ahead and click Next Permissions. Now it offers to let us add this user to an existing group. So let's add my user to the group by checking the box next to AWS Administrators, and then click Next Tags. And I do not want to add any tags here, so I'll click Next again. Check that everything looks good, and it does, and now I'll click Create User. It gives us an access key ID and secret access key, and you want to be absolutely sure you grab these credentials. I recommend clicking the Download CSV button so you do not have to bother with copying and pasting these credentials. I'm going to go and download this right now. We're going to need these credentials to set up the AWS command line interface. Once you have those downloaded, go ahead and click Close. Okay, so we've created an administrative user. Now, how do we sign into the AWS Management Console as this user? Well, all you need to do is click on Dashboard on the navigation menu. And if I scroll to the right here, look at where it says Sign in URL for IAM users in this account. This is the URL you're going to browse to sign in as the IAM user you just created. So let's go ahead and copy this URL to the clipboard, and then I'm going to go ahead and browse to the URL. Now here in the IAM username, I'm going to put Ben and then type in my password and then click Sign In. And voila, we are in.